Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to There Is Always More. I am your host, Nicole Segovia. Thank you so much for being here today. We are going to dive right into episode number 17, which is titled Keep It Moving. So I hope you guys are all having a great start to your morning or your afternoon or your night, whenever you're listening to this. Life has been a bit chaotic for me as I adjust into moving into my new apartment, moving away from my family, and everything that comes along with that. And last week was actually my first full week with my roommate of us being home, not having to go, drive back and forth, moving stuff. We were just here and it actually went really, really well. I feel like I'm, adjusting a day at a time. I am quite enjoying being on my own, if I'm being quite honest. Yesterday, my family did come down to see me and we had some dinner. We had ramen. It was really, really good. So it felt really good to see them. And my mom was super happy to see me. And then I'm just chugging right along as we have 3 weeks left of the spring semester, and it doesn't seem like it seems far away, but at the same time, when you really think about it, I'm like, dang, I remember when spring semester started and I was dreading the long haul, and now it's basically over. So I'm working on finals and all these final projects, and all in all, it's just been a little bit chaotic, but at the end of the day, I really wouldn't have it any other way. But last week, on April 26th to be exact, which was a Monday, so a week exactly from today, I had an incident happen to me, and I at first did let it completely ruin my day, but a couple people in my life reminded me that everything was going to be just fine. So let me tell you guys what the heck happened and what am I talking about. So I help my friend take her grandson to school. And so I have to be at her place by 6 a.m. because she's a teacher. So she has to get, herself to school, and I get the little boy to school. So I wake up on the 26th. I wake up at 5:30 because I need to head out to Elk Grove. And I go out and my car is not in the parking spot where I left it. So if you can put two and two together, yes, my car was towed. Now, let me backtrack to the backstory of the apartment I'm in, the rules that I was well aware of. It was my fault. I'm not going to sit here and point fingers. But so my roommate and I had a lot of things to unload because we had just gone to the grocery store, and I had just things to take out of my car, and the walk from the parking areas to my car is a bit far. So I parked closer in another spot. So I parked to unload, and in my head, I literally told myself, Nicole, you're going to move your core later. Just go unload real quick. Come back. Well, I unloaded. I started putting things away. We had our chores to do. I had some homework. Before I knew it, I fell asleep. The day was over. I don't know at what time my car got towed, but all I know is that at 5:27 to be exact, when I walked out there to get into my car to leave, my car was not there. So, mind you, I'm new here, right? Oh my gosh. So I go to the office at the apartment building office, and I was like, hey, I'm not too sure. I'm pretty positive my car was towed. What steps do I need to do to get it back? This and that. I'm in a rush. Don't mind. Don't forget I'm in a rush. I have to be at this place by 6 to get this little boy under my, watch so that the grandma can leave to her job. So the lady was like, okay, well, here's the towing company that, comes to this apartment complex. Here's our number. She goes, they open at 8, but if you need your car right now, you can pay $380, or you can wait until 8 when they actually open, and it'll be $280. I was like, okay, well, it is an emergency, but I'll just go, tell my roommate, hey, this is what happened real quick. Can I just have your car? I'm going to go drop him off and I'll be right back. She was literally still asleep. It's 5:30 in the morning. So luckily my roommate was so nice enough and she let me borrow her car, took him to school, came back. And then she was super nice and drove me to the tow yard place where my car was at. Now, another thing happened, okay? So when I looked up the name of the towing company on my phone, there's 2 here in Sacramento. So I asked the lady, I said, which one is it? The one on this street or the one on this street? And she told me, oh, it's this one. I said, cool, thank you. Went about my life, took him to school, came back. I told my roommate, I was like, hey, can you take me to this location? My car's here, I just need to get it. She was like, yeah, of course. Tell me why we show up to the tow yard. And he's like, oh, ma'am, your car's at our other location. Who told you it was here? I was like, oh, the apartment office told me that it was at this location. And they were like, No, it's at the other one. And I'm already thinking as we're driving there, we're both like, damn, like this is so far. Like they really took your car all the way out here. It was about 23 minutes from my apartment. So I was like, dang, like that doesn't sound or like it doesn't feel right. So yeah, let alone we find out when we get there, it's the wrong place. Okay. So now I'm pissed off again because now I had my friend drive me hecka far for nothing. So then we had to backtrack and drive another 20 minutes to get to the right place, which was closer to my apartment on the other side of Sacramento. So long story short, we get there, I get my car. Finally, I was like, okay, I could breathe, paid, whatever. But I just wanted to shout out and, you know, thank those that said something that made me feel better. My boyfriend said, because he was kind of like, he basically was like, come on, babe, like, you know better than that. Like, don't park in someone else's spot, you know, whatever. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I already know, like, geez. But he just said, like, you have your car. The deed is done. Keep it moving. Move forward. Don't let it ruin your day. Yada, yada, yada. So, you know, love him for that. And then my friend Gabby, she's so funny. She's so cute, though. She was like, Nicole, like, stop being negative. Like, just switch it. Like, what is this trying to teach you? I was like, Gabby, it's teaching me to not park in people's freaking parking spots. But she's always trying to look at the bright side, and it lightened up my mood. So thank her for that. And then my roommate Liz, when I was leaving, like, I'm literally driving to Elk Grove in tears. So when I get, like, really frustrated, I just start to cry because I don't know how to, like, channel myself. And I'm so angry at myself and the situation. And the fact that it's 5:30 in the morning was not helpful at all either. So I shout out to her. She texted me on my way there. She was like, Nicole, like, just get there safely. Take him to school, do the things that you need to do. Like, if you need my car all day, you can have my car for the whole day. And when you get back, like, we'll figure it out. And I was like, oh my God, bless her soul. Like, she just, you know, was like, stop being so freaking panicked right now and just get done what you need to get done. So definitely appreciate them. But on a happy note, at the end of the Monday, I had a good day. I worked. It was fine. Everything was fine. It worked out. But today, which is also Monday, I started reading a new book. It's called Atomic Habits, and it's a book about, the title is Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones by James Clear. I found it at Target. It says it's a #1 New York Times bestseller. It says tiny changes, remarkable results. The reason why I got this is because I feel like lately I've been really flaky on myself. Like, because I moved, I no longer have my group fitness location that I was going to back home. And I really, really love to, like, work out in a group. I feel like it pushes me more. I'm more engaged and just all those things. And so lately I've been having to make myself go to the gym, and I'm not used to that. And I feel like I've been cutting myself too much slack. Like, oh, like, you can miss today, it's fine, or whatever. But I don't want to be flaky on myself. Like, I'm not making myself better by being flaky like that. So definitely I feel like this book's going to help me become a better person in that aspect. And I always want to enhance my food relationship as well. Like, I want to have a good connection with food and know, you know, the right things to fuel my body with. But I want to read you guys a little bit of what I read today because it just really, like, it really hit home. I used to get really upset, guys, when I was doing something and I didn't see automatic results, but this is something that really hit me, like, literally in the face today. It says, what progress is really like. Imagine that you have an ice cube sitting on the table in front of you. The room is cold and you can see your breath. It is currently 25 degrees. Ever so slowly, the room begins to heat up. 26 degrees, 27, 28. The ice cube is still sitting on the table in front of you. 29 degrees, 30, 31. Still, nothing has happened. Then, 32 degrees, the ice begins to melt. And a 1 degree shift, seemingly no different from the temperature increases before it, has unlocked a huge change. Breakthrough moments are often the result of many previous actions which build up the potential required to unleash a major change. This pattern shows up everywhere. Cancer spends 80% of its life undetectable, then takes over the body in months. Bamboo can barely be seen for the first 5 years as it builds extensive root systems underground before exploding 90 feet into the air within 6 weeks. Similarly, habits often appear to make no difference until you cross a critical threshold and unlock a new level of performance. In the early and middle stages of any quest, there is often a valley of disappointment. Side note, I feel like I have been and kind of am in the valley of disappointment right now. And here's why. The book says you expect to make progress in a linear fashion, and it's frustrating how ineffective changes can seem during the first days, weeks, and even months. It doesn't feel like you are going anywhere. It's a hallmark of any compounding process. The most powerful outcomes are delayed. This is one of the core reasons why it is so hard to build habits that last. People make a few small changes, fail to see the tangible result, and decide to stop. You think to yourself, I've been running every day for a month, so why can't I see any change in my body? Once this kind of thinking takes over, it's easy to let good habits fall by the wayside. But in order to make a meaningful difference, habits need to persist long enough to break through this plateau, what I call the plateau of latent potential. Okay? That quote, that little part of the book, guys, literally hit me. Like, I was like, wow, why is he speaking to me? So, I mean, if that sparked your interest, guys, like this book definitely has me hooked right now. Like I said, I did just start it, but already from what I've read, like I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it. I hope that I can grow from it. And so I think you guys should get the book too. I feel like we all have bad habits that we can break, or we can just create new and better habits than what we already have, and we can only straighten them. Wow, I can't even talk. Strengthen them. Jesus, I couldn't even say that. I'm sorry. But on that note, thank you guys so much for listening to episode number 17. Keep it moving, and whatever you are doing today, whatever you aren't doing today, don't forget that you need to push through. Keep it moving. You got this. And never forget that there is always more.